Hello class, and welcome to week 2. I want to also wish you a happy Father's Day. And I'm lucky I'm going to be having a Father's Day brunch with my daughter this afternoon, so I know a lot of you are going to be busy. I also want to say, a really close friend of mine just recently lost her father unexpectedly. I have a friend who lost his daughter, same age basically as my daughter, years ago. And I'll be honest, I have father issues on my end. So these kind of holidays, they do a wide range of emotional numbers on us depending on our circumstances. And I just want to acknowledge all of that to you. And some of you have been single moms, acting in the role of a father or grandparents or some sort of role like that. So I just think it's nice to have a day like this that basically for those who have left a legacy and are leaving a legacy of being involved, that should be celebrated. And so maybe what we just need to have is a holiday for celebrating those who take care of their own, right? And appreciating also just the quality of those kind of relationships. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say about this. So I'm at a park. There's a lot of people chatting back and forth. I was just hearing a conspiracy theory behind me earlier. Life's interesting. Okay, so I feel like a lot of you guys really got the routine down like so well. And I just want to, let you know that I'm really pleased with the quality of work I'm seeing. For some of you who are having a difficult time figuring this out or a little bit behind, things are workable right now. So you need to keep that in mind, okay? It's not the end of the world if this week didn't go according to plan. Although this is a cram course, so you don't want to get further behind. You want to really, be careful about this time. So what you need to do is stay in contact with me. And the best way to do this, as I was mentioning, is to text me. Now, again, I normally don't encourage students to text, okay? But in an online situation and where I'm not, and I have another job, if you have a really quick question that you need to have answered, that's the best way to do it. If you have something longer that you want to address, then write me on Canvas, that's fine. And some of you have, and some of you wrote me some things that require me to put a lot of thought into the answer, and you mentioned, hey, you got time for that, and I'm totally okay with that. For those of you who want to pursue an academic career in history, which I had some of you, and I mentioned this in the discussions, and I sent notes to a few of you. But feel free to hit me up, and I can tell you about the problems, the struggles of it. I'm not going to talk you out of it. I'm not going to talk you into it. I love my profession, but there's a lot of things that I wish I would have known earlier. My professors tried to help me out too, but we're definitely in a challenged time economically. And so I'll just say this. If you're going in to teach history in high school, you have a much better chance of a stable career than if you do what I'm doing. I mean, my other job is working at a consignment shop, and I used to work at a kid center. I used to give bottles and change diapers and help out kids in that way. And I do okay by doing many things, but unless you get a full-time position, you have to struggle a bit. And so there's a strategy, there's an approach you can take to this. And I have a friend that was working at MJC, and he's now got a full-time position in Nebraska. I have another friend that went to Stan State and got her master's degree and actually got a full-time position at MJC. So there's not there's like stuff floating in the air, just like getting in my eyes. It's beautiful weather, but allergies and dry eyes, all that stuff. Ugh. Anyhow, what was that? Maybe the conspiracy theory the guy was saying earlier is right. Government drones are destroying all of us and aliens from outer space. But anyhow, okay. So having said that, You guys covered a lot of information that is going to be, again, hard to retain, but I think I'm hoping that you are getting a picture of things, right, as we transition into different cultures, and kind of try to make the connections, okay? And so feel free to ask questions about some of these things. Look, so to give you an idea just for what to expect for those of you that have not had me on exams, it's going to be mainly writing papers, and it's going to be addressing what we learned in class, and that goes for today's papers as well. So this is the last thing I'll address, and I'll let you go. As I've stated, and many of you have already seeing this, these are not research papers. Let me say it one more time. These are not research papers. These are recap papers, or you're basically taking my lecture notes, and if you're using the textbook, if you're using that, you can refer again to any of the videos that we've mentioned. I'm having you demonstrate to me that you're actually paying attention. You're not just listening to the first 5 minutes of each lecture and writing notes. So the papers and the notes and the discussions, my entire point is to keep you involved in this class. And as much as I ramble on certain things, I do stick to the content. And what I'm looking for in all of my assignments, and what I'm looking for you as a student, is, am I convinced that you are actually participating in this class? That's what I'm looking for. I know what information I'm teaching, okay? When you send me a paper and something is mentioned off topic that I didn't mention, I noticed it. And I don't mind if you incorporate some things from the outside, by the way, if it's really something you feel interested in and you just want to contribute this information to the topic. But I want you to be careful of getting in the habit of that. But again, I had a student last semester that she would incorporate a lot of stuff from the outside while really showing a solid grounding in the work that we're doing, and she made references, no plagiarism. So I accepted it, okay? So I'm looking for the minimum. When I say 1 to 2 pages for each top, whatever I say is the minimum allowed, that is true. But if you want the maximum points for the minimum, you got to give me the maximum in the minimum, okay? So really make sure that your papers sound convincing to me, okay? So just look at the topic and address it. And again, this week you'll get comfortable and I'll give you feedback. I don't write a lot of commentary. That's usually a good sign for you. Sometimes I'll write something if it needs to be addressed. So just keep that in mind. So I will be working at the cafe just a little bit this morning, but I am going to be going out with my daughter around 2 o'clock. I might be a little bit freed up today. I work again tomorrow, and then I'll have off to focus on this class Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, unless I get called in, which I usually don't do. I only do it once in a while, to go to my other job. I try to make sure I have plenty of time for this class. Okay, that's it. And take care, everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend.